Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. It's Raj here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about what did I exactly do during my gap year. For all those who don't know me, I'm currently a student admitted at the University of Manchester and I'm hoping to start college this September, so I'm currently on a gap year. So when I told many people that, when I told all of my friends and I told all of my family that I was going to be taking a gap year this year because of COVID, and I'm going to be starting college the next year, when I told this to them last year, many people wound up asking me, what exactly are you going to do? Most of my friends told me that, wow, you're lucky, you have a complete 1 year vacation and you can do whatever you like. And really, it used to not feel good, because people used to think that I'm just going to be sitting at home doing nothing for a whole year and I'm wasting 1 year of my life. But I did not want that to happen, so I decided to start many things during my gap year. And just so you know, this video is not going to be very long. I won't elaborate exactly on what I was doing. I'll just lay down a basic idea of what I was doing, and I'll make separate videos on what exactly I was doing in detail later. So right now, let's just talk about what I did. So first of all, I started investing. Now, when I was in my gap year, I wanted to, the first thing that I wanted to do was to think about a long-term future. Now, I went onto Google and obviously I researched about Warren Buffett. Now, Warren Buffett, he started investing in stocks when he was aged 10. And I'm not kidding, he was aged 10, and many times he says that his only regret was that he didn't start earlier. And I'm double that age, I'm 19 now, and I hope that 19 is not too late. So I've started investing in stocks right now because I know something of the power of compounding. Now, even if I'm not looking for a instant gratification, I'm not looking for instant gains worth thousands. I'm just looking for slow growth but for a long period of time, and that is where compounding comes in. Now, what I learned from compounding was that even if I'm getting about 6 to 7% returns or about 10% returns every year, just at 2% for inflation, so about 8 to 9% gains per year, 8 to 9% profit per year. When it gets compounded, your profit is also going in. So every year your profits keep on skyrocketing, and when it goes to about 30 to 40 years, the longer you keep it, obviously the more profits you're going to have. So that is the power of compounding. Is an absolutely brilliant thing. I'll make another video on that completely. So when I started out, I knew exactly nothing about stocks. I just knew that companies sell their shares and people buy it and they share the profit and the loss with the company, but I didn't know anything after that. So I did 2 or 3 classes about it on Udemy, and they were really helpful. And also YouTube is another source of getting a lot of content on stocks, and it was very easy to learn it. I did not take a lot of time. It took me about 10 to 12 days to understand the workings, another 10 to 12 days, another 15 days to get started actually investing in stocks. So yeah, it's not that difficult. I'll make another video exactly describing how do you get started with all of that. Another thing is, what I've already mentioned, is that I started doing a lot of online courses. So I've done courses right now on Skillshare, on Udemy, and I'm doing a lot of them on Skillshare right now. I've got an account, and it is really helpful because there are classes even on how to be productive, even on how to run a YouTube channel successfully. So there are a lot of things that I'm currently doing via Skillshare. And also there, if you want to do serious studying stuff, if you want to study something seriously, there are things like Coursera and edX. I've been doing the courses over there as well, but I'm not taking the paid certificates for now, at least. So the paid certificates are the thing that they give. Like, you have to pay about 3,000 or 4,000 rupees for a course, and once upon completion of the course, you get a certificate which you can use then on your LinkedIn or on your CV, etc. Another thing that I started doing was I started working in a education company called Lido Learning. This was a online tutoring job that I had over there. So I used to teach about 6 to 7 students at a time online from my home, and they had a proper system for it. They had their own virtual classroom through which you taught the children. It wasn't very high paying, it was not very high paying, but I did not actually need it. I did not actually need a lot of money. I did not need a very high profile job. I just wanted some part-time income so that I could invest in more and more stocks. Another thing I started is reading a lot of books. Now, I used to read a lot of books earlier when I was in school, when I was in high school, when I was up till 10th standard. When I came up to 10th standard, I used to read a lot of books because back then I had a lot of free time in school. I used to go to the school's library, get any book that I liked, sit in the dormitory at my high school and just keep on reading when I was not studying. But when I got into 11th and 12th, it became extremely ridiculously difficult to read books because now the course load, the amount of workload with the studies, the amount of homework, etc. that we were getting from 11th and 12th, and I was in the science stream, so it was just not possible to read the book. So I had about a 2 years gap in the reading any books. So in 11th, I guess I read 2 or 3 books, but in the complete year of my class 12, I did not even read one whole book. So that was really disappointing. And when I came back home, I knew that I needed to start reading again, because once you miss a habit, now I did not have the habit for 1 year, so getting started again was particularly tough. So I used to force myself to sit for at least 2 hours a day, to sit for at least 1 hour a day, at least read one chapter a day, and slowly the habit came back to me, and now I've started reading again. So yeah, that's it from my end for today. As I told you earlier, this video is going to be very short. I'll be back again with another video in which in a series of videos in which I explain one by one the things that I've done in my gap year. So I'll be explaining some basics about stocks. Of course, I'm not an expert, but whatever I know, I can explain it. As many people say, beginners are the best teachers for the beginners. So I hope that I can start getting people to invest in stocks because of me as well, if that is at all possible. I'll also make videos on how to earn money online that I was doing via Lido Learning or via a work from home job. I'll also help you all with some tips and tricks that can help you read more and more books, or that can help you get started onto reading books. So that's it from my end, guys. I'll see you in another video. Stay tuned for the time being. Thank you.